All right. Earlier today, we came from our first gun show, Guns and Knives show, and I don't know. Like when I went, I didn't know what to expect because it was the first time ever being in that type of environment, and especially after all this, whole like the Sandy Hook shooting and the Aurora, Colorado shooting, and all these different shootings and stuff. I didn't know what to expect because I like guns or whatever, but I only like them because I'm a big fan of action movies. I never, I always say I'm gonna go get me a gun, but I never actually never put an attempt to go buy a gun. But I really don't have no problem with guns. But it was okay. You walk in, it's like a flea market. There's guns laid across tables. There's all types of guns and all that stuff. But you was not feeling it.
That wasn't my cup of tea. And I will say this, I don't have a problem with guns. I have a problem with people feeling like they need assault rifles. Regular everyday folks feel the need to have 3 or 4 assault rifles or even one assault rifle. I was really disturbed with people walking around with assault rifle strapped to their body like it was a purse, like it was just nothing.
That was true. And you didn't tell me when we first were walking in, it was a guy. He was he guess you were checking out like it looked like almost like a submachine, not even a submachine, like a assault rifle. One type of assault rifle, and he's like playing around with it and checking it out to see if it loaded, and he kind of like aimed it in our direction.
Yep.
I don't know if it was. I don't think it was intentional, but it still felt weird that some guy pointing a gun towards your way.
A big old gun.
And like I said before, he didn't mind us. His eyes was dead set on the gun. He's like cocking it back, and he had no clip on it. I see he had no clip on it. So he like checking it out. I guess he's gonna buy it from the other guy, but he like looking at it. But he just kind of point at us. And we're like, what the hell? And then when we get in there, and I walk in there, like boom, whole bunch of guns. I was a little intimidated to touch it because I'm like, I ain't had no intentions of buying any gun. I didn't want them people to come up to me, talk to me like, hey, you blah blah blah. But I just want
ask
quickly,
you a bunch of questions you don't know
anything about. Yes.
Look at you like, oh, you're not a gun enthusiast.
So I kind of pick them up, look at it, check the weight out, put it back down, and kept doing that, looking at it. But one thing that kind of surprised me was the cost of them. Like I said before, all I know about guns and stuff while I see in action movies, and some guns were like extremely expensive. Like they show handguns were going for like $600-700.
Yep.
What was that? Some assault rifles going for $1,000. Shotguns $800-900. And all we saw in there are a bunch of look like ex-military people
or people that wish they were in the military. The crazy people. I always make this joke, but like I'm dead serious. If you see people that just wear camouflage for no damn reason, like full camo for no damn reason, I don't want them nowhere near no gun. It's always them crazy people that weren't really in the military, but they like to fight and they like the idea of war.
Yeah, they never see it.
Guns that want to have huge guns and excess of huge guns for what? Why? What are you gonna do?
And all these guys we saw, there's a few women, but for the most part, you see a lot of guys. They're a bunch of soccer dads and granddaddies. I'm sorry, all them guys look middle-aged, bunch of old white, tend to be white. There's some black dudes there, but they tend to be white. Old guys look like somebody granddaddy, look like somebody dad, and they're buying these guns,
huge guns.
And it goes back to what I said before. It's like a lot of these gun enthusiasts, it's an expensive hobby. You see the prices. There was like a sniper rifle. I mean, like military grade. It costs $11,000. That's the type of rifle that you could shoot somebody from a mile away. That you see.
I didn't know guns cost that much, and I don't know that they do, or like maybe they marked them up.
No, guns are expensive.
Really?
Guns are expensive. Yes. I didn't know that. But it goes back to what I was saying. It's like most people who are gun enthusiasts and people who like guns have money because it's an expensive hobby. You got to. It costs too much. Like some of the guns we saw, I remember we seen like a little pea shooter.
Yeah.
Little small little bitty thing. It was like $300.
Looked like you put it in that tiny pocket that
you
have in their jeans. It only fits like a penny.
But then we see like a Sig Sauer, and it's like $500-$600. Who have that money to buy a pistol like that? Who have that? Who have $500 laying around to buy a pistol like that?
Crazy people that set aside a budget just for this crazy nonsense.
I seen a Bushmaster. It was going for like $1,200. Was it $1,200, $1,300?
And
who had money?
Brass knuckles, like a table full of brass knuckles. Are those not illegal? Did I miss something?
We seen one gun. It had the guy told us. One guy said, "Hey, why does the tip of this pistol have an extension on it?" He said, "Oh, you can screw that off until you can screw on a silencer." And he said, "Well, you need that because of in order to get a silencer, you need a class 3 license." And he said it costs like $200 just to sign that form, and then you have to go through extensive background search. And my helper was telling me if you have that class 3, you can buy a fully automatic gun. That's why you can get only way you can have a fully automatic gun, you have a class. But to go back to show, it's like, okay, you see these guys, right? If you have the money to spend on those things, it's safe to say that you have money to live in a very nice community,
right? Where you don't have to worry about where you have to use those precisely.
But here you go, some kid or some teen who's in the street. They're probably buying some cheap ass handgun.
Right.
They're probably buying a gun that somebody stole from them rich folks who bought them expensive guns, so they can go out and do crime. Because there was not thugs. I did not see young. It's a bunch of old, middle-aged guys buying them expensive ass guns. It was not a bunch of hoodlums. I didn't see a bunch of. We did see some crazy Yahoo folks who had camouflage who looked like
they'll shoot some shit up.
Yeah. Like I said, I've seen that. The lady has been like 50, and she had like a gun dangling off her neck with a strap, and like walking around the thing, like it's nothing.
Like Gucci purse.
Yes. And it's like, and then we seen like this soccer dad, and he had a little infant with him.
An infant. Okay, look, the whole experience disturbed me a lot. Like, I was visibly disturbed, like you could see it on my face, because who needs all of that? What are you doing that requires you to have an assault rifle? The only thing I kept thinking about when we were in there was them little kids getting shot up. Why do regular people need assault rifles? For what? What are you doing?
It's the fact that you have the money, and if somebody have the money, and you give them the ability to get it, then they will buy it. But I talk to plenty of people and ask them, do you really need it? Do you really need to go hunting with it? And people that go hunting, they say, no, I don't really need it. Like, I don't need a Bushmaster AR to go hunting. You don't need a regular rifle. Do the exact same thing.
It just really disturbed me to see people's enthusiasm while they're walking around with guns strapped to their body. Like, it just disturbed me.
Well, it goes back to the whole thing of having, like, watching Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie with the big old pistol, big old gun. Remember, I was making a joke about I want the gun from Rambo.
Between that is, it's not strapped to your own body. That was deep to me. Like, it just disturbed me. I'm not like a prude or whatever. I'm not like little soccer mom type of mentality, but that freaked me out. Like, you got 20 kids got shot dead, and you got these crazy people in this little bitty building walking around with guns strapped to their body just for nothing.
And saying that somebody trying to steal a Second Amendment right from them. You can have a gun. Don't get me wrong.
But why do you need an assault rifle?
Exactly.
Crazy.
Don't get me wrong. If you want a gun to go hunting, go ahead. Don't get me wrong. If you like to go eat deer, like you want to save money instead of going to a supermarket, some people say it. Like, hey, look, all respect to you. If you want to do that, you want to eat that. It's like it makes sense. You want to do that? Hey, go for it. If you want a pistol, just in case, you never know, somebody break into your house. Don't get me wrong. Right. I get it.
And I would like to have a pistol for protection, knowing how to use it. But I'm not trying to have no big old freaking
I seen some huge guns.
In my house.
I don't need no sniper rifle that can snipe you out a mile away for $11,000. I mean, that's the things you see in Afghanistan.
I don't care if it's free. What the hell do you need that for? Why?
Yeah.
It disturbed me. I'm not going back It was nothing about that I like, except for the tasers. I do kind of want a taser. But I ain't doing that no more. And I didn't appreciate the amount of people that brought their young children in there either. Because it was knives. Big knives. Big ass knives. Big ass knives. Look at my face. When I say big ass knives, just laid out on the table. I didn't appreciate that. Why your little kids gotta be in here with all these knives?
Wow.
And we heard on the news that at 5 people were accidentally shot at 3 different gun shows recently.
Yep.
But you want to bring your kids.
This has not been a good month. The last couple of months for gun enthusiasts. But I don't know. It felt weird. Like I said, what's that like? Because it felt right, Brian. Because it felt right.
It didn't feel right.
It didn't feel right at all.
Brian.
Not at all.
Not at all.
And on that, we sign out.